Hello and welcome to a Theme Park Worldwide News Update. Now yesterday evening on the 15th of June 2020, Wicksteed Park, which is located in Kettering in Northamptonshire here in the United Kingdom, released the sad news on their official website and social media platforms that they were going into administration. This is of course very sad news for the UK theme park industry. We've already had one other theme park that's gone into administration during the COVID-19 pandemic, and that is of course M&D's theme park in Scotland. And now just over a month later, Wicksteed Park in Kettering. Now of course with the park entering administration, that does sadly mean the loss of jobs, and 48 permanent staff and 67 part-time staff have lost their jobs at Wicksteed Park. Of course this is due to the huge financial strain that has been caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. And we just like to say here at Theme Park Worldwide, our thoughts are with all of them staff from Wicksteed Park, and of course anyone that is affected by this very sad news. With Wicksteed Park, it's one of them parks that a lot of people have been to, especially locals. It's actually a free to enter site and you can head into the park and just enjoy the grounds for free. But on top of that, of course, you've got various different rides and attractions there, such as the absolutely stunning water chute that dates back to 1926, one of the older rides here in the United Kingdom. Along with that as well, they've got a railway that heads around the lake. They've got a couple of different roller coasters, but that isn't really what the park is about. It's more a day out for the family, and they've always kept prices really low and affordable for people to enjoy. Along with that, entertainment has always been a big part of Wicksteed Park. They've got the whole pavilion area where they put on various different shows in the daytime and also at night time. And along with that as well, they've got various other activities that take place at Wicksteed Park. They've done different events over the years, and it's certainly a park that's been up and coming in the past few years in terms of trying new things. They've invested in a new zip wire a few years ago. Along with that, they've put like a new indoor climbing experience in for last year. So it's a park that has certainly invested a lot, especially over the past few years, and it's really sad to hear that they've gone into administration. So a bit more news sort of about it all, and I've got a statement to read out here as well. But basically Wicksteed Park is backed by the Wicksteed Charitable Trust, which is a small group of employees that have formed a new company which is much reduced in size to basically try and save the park. So the good news is this hopefully won't be the end for Wicksteed Park. Fingers crossed they can reduce the overall size of the company and continue to operate. But as I'm going to mention throughout this video, they are going to need some funding to be able to do that. And I'll be talking more about that a little bit later on. So the company has gone into administration, but they've set up a new company, much smaller, to try and save the park and to really try and keep the place going, because it's got so much history to it. And like I say, the fact that they've got so much there in terms of older attractions. The railway that runs around the lake, for example, is stunning, and it's a place that a lot of people have enjoyed, especially during COVID-19. People have been using the space there to relax, and of course the rides have been closed, but they've been able to walk around the lake and enjoy the grassy areas, especially in the sunshine. So it really is somewhere that I hope people can get behind to support, and the industry really needs it, and especially Wicksteed Park, with it being a charitable trust that runs it. But anyway, I've got a statement now from Oliver Wicksteed, who's the owner and of course running this charity, and who sort of said this statement. So and this is from his quote. So we're all devastated by what has happened and the effect that this will have on our staff, their families and our visitors. We fully appreciate the effect that this decision will have on staff members who have already been working through months of uncertainty and difficulty due to COVID-19. And we are working hard to ensure that they have access to the support and advice they need at this time. We're working hard to enable the park to continue, but the reality is that without urgent, significant support, Wicksteed Park will not survive as we know it. That's really sad to hear, isn't it? The charity has also pledged to honour any bookings for forthcoming events, as well as annual passes, and will endeavour to retain functions and shows in the park pavilion as soon as government guidelines allow them to do so and it's practical. So that's the statement from them, and the good news is here, if people can get behind it, Wicksteed Park hopefully will have a future. As we've heard here, they're still hoping to put on some of the shows in the pavilion. It's saying there about annual passes as well, so I'm assuming that means that they're going to be able to refund those or maybe carry them over to next year if they are able to reopen. But as it stands at the moment, the company has gone into administration, but the charitable trust has managed to set up this new company to hopefully try and save them. They've also said that they're actually hoping to fully reopen in 2021 under a new company if they can get the financial backing. And that's what I want to talk to you all about now. With it being a charitable trust, they really, really need all of our support. And you can actually give donations. They've got a Just Giving page. I'm going to put a link to that down below in the video description. And honestly, it's really, really worth supporting them. The fact that they've got so much history there, especially that water chute from 1926, the railway, it's the big open spaces that people have been enjoying during the lockdown to just have their daily exercise. Let's hope that people can get behind Wicksteed Park and save it. With Wicksteed, it's not the biggest of sites, it's not the most impressive of sites, but what it is a really nice local facility and something that's got a really nice variety of family attractions. I know a lot of locals have been going there for many, many years, and it turns into a bit of a tradition. For us, it's somewhere that we didn't visit as a kid. However, I went there various different times, especially over the past few years. We actually filmed a vlog there a few years ago, and of course, this is really sad news for the industry, especially the fact they've been investing. I think that's what makes it really hard for this. The fact they're putting a new zip wire, they put in new climbing equipment last year. They've really been investing hard, and it's a real shame that this has happened for them. So in terms of other attractions, ride-wise, they've actually got a log flume there as well that's pretty heavily themed. It's got some nice effects. They've got a Pinfari roller coaster that really isn't anything special. However, to some people, they'll have their memories there. Along with that, they've got a couple of other different rides, family coasters, flat rides. They've got like a really good like spinning teacups, that sort of stuff. Along with that, they've got a cycle monorail and a few other different family attractions. So, you know, it's one of them parks that's nothing massive, but the fact they've kept it all these years an open, free site for people to go into, they've never charged for that. You know, they really need this backing and support, because they could have charged to go into the site, but they didn't. They've kept it free, and they really need the support to get through this. So anyway, I'll put a link down below to the Just Giving page for Wicksteed Park. Hopefully, if they can get enough financial backing, they'll be able to reopen in 2021 under a new company. But if they don't, unfortunately, that does mean we're going to be seeing a very different Wicksteed Park in the future. I imagine by that, it means that we'd see the removal of the rides. We don't want to lose that 1926 water chute more than anything. That's a real big piece of history here in the United Kingdom. So very sad news, but let's get behind them. We'll be making a donation as well here at Theme Park Worldwide. You know, and it really is sad. So let's get behind Wicksteed Park and try and save them and get them to reopen in 2021. So thank you very much for joining me for this update. Not the best of news, but fingers crossed there can be some light at the end of the tunnel for this if people can get behind them and support Wicksteed Park. Thanks for watching Theme Park Worldwide, and that means it's time to cue those credits. See you all soon.